Hello, and welcome back to Twisted Veil, a fun little Malifaux horror game where I try to kill my players and torture them in the middle of nowhere in a small western town. Before we get back into it, as always, we have to give a little bit of love to our sponsors and let Deanna have her moment to shine.
Oh
Deanna,
yeah.
why don't you take it away?
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. All right. I'm the person who's going to be shouting at you for the next couple of minutes about how much we love our partners and we love all of you guys. So, first off, and this should be familiar with everybody who is familiar with the channel at this point, I'm going to be shouting out the loves of my life and Ink and Liar's life, our beautiful partners. So, first, shout out to Nine Realms Gaming. They create top notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. So, by gaming accessories, I mean stuff like dice vaults, dice towers, dice trays, hero vaults, all that beautiful, beautiful stuff. They never use any dyes or stains. They use oil-based finishes to bring out the natural wood color. You can visit their website now and use our exclusive partner code at LIAR10 to get 10% off at Nine Realms Gaming. Ooh, it's being edited as I tell you about it, which is very exciting. I do want to mention it was just yesterday that we did our giveaway that we do every month with Nine Realms Gaming. It's usually the first Monday of every month during Fate's End that we'll do a giveaway with them, and it's super exciting. So try to poke in on Mondays, the first Monday of every month, to get a chance to get a giveaway, because it's very nice. All right, so that's ninerealmsgaming.com to check it out because it's absolutely beautiful. Other partner that you've heard me pontificate my love for before is Wanderlily Dice. Wanderlily Dice is a small handmade dice making company in Huntsville, Alabama. They make sharp edge dice, dice jewelry, and other adventure items. And by adventure items, I mean stuff like hand stamped leather journals, handmade resin pens, that sort of gorgeous stuff. You can find their shop at wanderlilydice.com, and if you use the code InkandLiar10, you can get 10% off of your order. All right, this Friday, and it's part of why I'm buzzing right now. Our charity live stream is this Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am the tail whiver, the dungeon master for that game, so I've got all kinds of energy levels happening right now. It is a charity live stream, and we're going to be supporting the Child's Play charity, which I'm very, very excited that we get to, show some support to. We're going to be using the setting created by Diana Gatta of Neverland, the Impossible Island, so kind of Peter Pan, Neverland, very fantastical, imaginative take on the story. She's known as Super Dylan on Twitter and is the co-host of the Femsplained podcast. You can find Diana at twitter.com, Super Dylan. She's absolutely wonderful, and the setting that she wrote up is so beautiful. Everyone should be able to get their hands on it and go ahead and read it. We'll actually be giving away 3 of her module setting codes live on stream every time we hit a donation milestone. So if it sounds interesting to you, sounds like a thing that you want to visit and touch on in your own campaign or for a one shot, absolutely tune in. And also tune in because it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it. I hope you're excited too. All right, and then I need to talk a little bit about sounds. The things that are going to go into your ears, but they're not happening right now at this precise moment. But when the episode starts, you'll be hearing ambiance and music and all that sort of thing, and I want to shout out where we get that from. First of all, Sirenscape. Almost all the ambient sounds, quite a lot of their music, and the online player that we use for our stream is Sirenscape, so definitely a shout out to them. And then I also want to shout out Ounces Music, who's a musical artist that actually Brent, our dungeon master, our tailweaver fate master, whatever you want to call it, specifically commissioned Ounces Music to create a lot of the music for the show. So a large amount of what you hear is from him. If you like his stuff or you want to hear kind of what else he's done, you can check him out on Bandcamp, Twitter, Instagram, or SoundCloud at Ounces Music. All right, then social stuff. If you are not already subscribed to us on YouTube, you should do that because it's completely free. And episodes go up 1 week after its live date. So if you can only watch half of this episode, but you want to catch the second half next week, you can catch second half up on YouTube. We also have a Discord, which is also free. Look at all this free stuff. If you enjoy any of the shows on our channel or think we might just be cool people, and I think we're cool people, you can come chat with us and with our fantastic community of like some of the best, most creative artists and interesting people to talk to are up on our Discord. So if you want to come chat with us, there's should be a link in the About tab on our Twitch profile, or you can pull it up by using Command Discord, ! Discord. All right. And I believe the very last thing that I must say, as I say before every episode, uh, is that viewer discretion is advised. Twisted Veil is intended for mature audiences and engages with the following triggering themes. Consumer discretion is advised. Very formal language. So if it sounds like anything that I list here, if it sounds like something you don't feel like you can handle right now, or it's not something that you personally want to engage with for whatever reason, your mental health is the most important thing. We totally understand you have to sit something out. We will see you soon. We love you. As always, themes like violence, gore, drug use, various adult themes, adult language, sickness, horror, various phobias. And there's a specific other thing that I don't have the text for in this document, but I'm going to paraphrase it here. That essentially, this setting, Through the Breach, is set in 1902, turn of the century, and there are a number of terrible things that were happening in the world at that time that we're not going to be spending a huge amount of plot time with, but they might get addressed. Like, historical themes will come up that could be a little bit on the darker side. So if that sounds like something you're not up for, then totally understand. I'll say that better next week when I have the words in front of me. But all right, I'm gonna toss this back to Brent. Thank you.
All right, let's load up. Let's ride out. Figure out what the heck we're all gonna do with this Asher problem, and dive on into tonight's episode of Twisted Veil. All right. So, last time, where we left off, let's get our music going and get everything rocking and rolling. Said, obey me. Last time, our party continued to investigate who the spy responsible for Rishu's death could be. After visiting the rather unpleasant Mayor Lewis Workman, they discovered that the body had vanished soon after the death, and that the mayor had no love for the miner. Using his charm, Tobias convinced Dr. Agatha Lee to accompany him for a few drinks at the saloon, where he learned of her tragic past. Meanwhile, Meave and Nemo took this opportunity to snoop around the doctor's office. After a bit of fumbling around, they found a wallet with a letter from the guild. The wallet had the initials LW, the same initials as the mayor and the sheriff. The party reconvened at the saloon, but their chat was interrupted by Captain Jeremiah Asher. He came to offer them a deal. They don't have to work against him in the guild. They could in fact work with him. As tensions increased during the negotiations, Captain Asher made a cruel show of power, explaining that there's one universal language in this world: money. So, we pick up there. Asher's left. You guys, I believe, have returned back to Madame Odette's, and you're kind of deciding where to go from here. It's getting a little bit late in the evening. The floor is yours.
I believe we were in our rooms, Frey's rooms of Madame Odette's at this point.
Correct.
All of us standing around. Ellie's leaning against one of the walls, watching as all things unfold.
Nemo's going to lead Tobias over to a bed and sit him down on it and sit next to him but not say anything.
Yeah, thanks, Nemo.
Since Asher left, Frey has gone out, pet Callie, fed her, grabbed all of his cigars and grabbed his hammer because he is not going to be left without his hammer ever again.
Valid.
When you go out to pet Callie, you discover that her saddlebags are not empty. In fact, apparently she had made a new friend because there is an armored duster in the saddlebags.
Okay, Callie. Thank you very much. I hold up the duster. Does it look like it's going to fit me?
Yeah, it's a little bit on the larger side. The sleeves might ride up a little bit, but you should fit just fine.
That's okay with old Frey here. So when I arrive back in the room, I have a hammer over my shoulder, cigar lit and in mouth, and I am wearing a beautiful armored duster, apparently.
Love it. Yeah, Maeve's just drinking.
As you walk in, Ellie's just leaning up against the kind of the wall, sort of being in the background, watching mostly is watching how Tobias is doing and what Nemo is doing, and watching Maeve drink. But as you stride in, cigar alight and hammer on shoulder, Ellie will just turn in. All right, nice.
Thanks. Apparently, I got friends, and so does my horse. Now, we need to come up with a plan. It needs to be decisive. It's got to get this done. I will not have this guild trash in my town anymore. That will never happen again.
The way I see it.
Go ahead.
The way I see it, we only got one option. We're not getting into the mines without them knowing we're there. They're looking for us. They're ready for us. They're even better armored this time. We have to play along with them. That's the only way we're getting in. Sue's got a way in, but I'm thinking maybe we don't use it as a way in. I'm thinking maybe we use it as a way out. We finish our business with Sue, find the mole, and then, go to Asher. We're going to talk to him. We're going to agree to help him. We're going to go in, find his thing that's down there, and then get out with it before he can stop us. It's easier to get out than it is to get in, I feel like. Or get out and then get back. Get in and then get back out. Fighting. We don't want to do that.
What are we going to do about all the guns that he said he'd have on us while we're down there?
We're going to play along. We only need... We're just going to play along till we find the thing. If it's a super weapon like he thinks it is, maybe we can use it against him.
What if it's not?
What if it can't be used at all? Yeah.
It's just like a rock with chicken scratch on it or something.
Or that.
We'll buy ourselves time so we can leave. One of us will make it out. That one of us will tell the Arcanists.
Yeah, great. Okay, wonderful. But don't you think, I don't know, directly betraying when, they would figure it out relatively quickly, you don't think there would be repercussions for innocence? You don't think turn the tank around? I don't know.
Are they going to turn the tank around and go attack innocents, or are they going to turn the tank towards us and try to catch us? Well, we're already riding horses halfway back to town before they even know it. We got a stealth expert over here. You can get us out. We got Sue's secret tunnel. He can get us out.
I feel like we're coming into this being paid by the Arcanists to do what we need to do. The person who has the real skin in the game here, or the people, are Frey and Meave. What do you think?
I think this is... I've got opinions. I do. I think that the only way they're not going to turn it on innocence, one way or another, the only way they're not going to come back at them is if we get whatever's down there and we hand it to them. And that doesn't guarantee we live. And it doesn't guarantee they don't wipe out innocence anyway. I don't see a good end to this. I think if we start a revolution, it'll be bloody. If we run away, it'll be bloody. If we don't give them what they want, it'll be bloody. I don't know, but Frey, these are your people here. I think you've got more in it than most.
No matter what happens, someone comes out of here bloodied. It doesn't matter what we do. No matter what, someone's going to get hurt. I am a more straightforward type of fella. I would like to ride in horseback, armored up. Like Asher said, we are more deadly than 10 of them. One of us equals 10 of them, in my opinion. But they have a tank.
And 200.
They got a lot. No arguing there. You want to find this mole? We know it's either the sheriff or it's the mayor. Why not just call them both out to the street and ask why the hell nothing was done about Guild being in this town? They were allowed to just walk up into Madame Odette, one of the most respected people in this town's house, and give orders like they own the place. Neither the mayor or the sheriff did anything. I love the sheriff, don't get me wrong, but that shit can't fly. Call them both out to the street. Ask them what they think. We get a mole. We get Sue's info. I still think we ride up in a war. We go in the mine after the war, go get the thing and get the hell out.
Also, I wouldn't discount Sue entirely until we've spoken with him. He might have something we haven't thought of. I mean, Tobias is right. Having a secret or semi-secret way in and out is going to be of an advantage to us one way or another. So maybe he's got something else, or maybe he knows something else.
I have something that might be absolutely nothing. And it probably is, but it's worth talking about it, right? I don't know, I don't like Sue very much, but he might be a demon, but in a useful way. Because when we were talking to him earlier, looking at him, look away, look back, and he was gone. So maybe he's got like... I mean, if he could do that to us, I don't think that's going anywhere.
Maybe he just knows magic. I know a few tricks that you can't do, and you don't know that I can do.
I know you can do the one thing.
I can do something else that I'm not going to do on you, because it will hurt, but, The point is you don't know what I can do.
Last I checked, he's not a demon, so there's that.
Non-demons, no magic,
Sounds like we got two choices, though we're settling on maybe the same initially. Find the mole first, and then we get to decide, do we take Frey's right way, go in guns blazing, us against 200 in a tank, or do we go Toby's route? Do we go in there, pretend that we're part of Asher's crew, recognizing that no matter what down in that mine, we're going to get in a fight?
But they won't have 200 in the mine with us.
Right. So,
There is a third option. Well, if we decide to go Frey's route, it doesn't have to be just us. Town's full of criminals. That means some of them have been fighting before. I'm not saying get everyone into it, but if you've got a gun and you've got a good aim, only if they're willing.
I feel like the only person able to speak to these people is probably Frey.
Hell, I'll speak to him. You find a mole. You convince the town that the guild bought off one of their most beloved people. They'll kill just about anybody. If the sheriff is indeed the mole, we reveal that. It may not be the town turning on us. It's if we convince them guild bought them off and guild's to blame here. The guild's the reason you're starving. Yeah, they'll ride.
Well,
Even if they do, okay, so say they do fight off this small portion of the guild and win, the guild's gonna send more. The guild can make more tanks. The guild's got 100 tanks. They're gonna come in here with all those tanks, and then these people aren't gonna live much longer after that. I don't feel comfortable. I know that you have people, but I don't feel comfortable sending them to the deaths like that. I feel like this is a thing for us, you know?
Okay.
but
I can be down for that. It's if I can save them without losing any unnecessary lives, that is my best option. I'm just not seeing that option when they have a tank constantly pointing at us.
And I hate to be the pessimist, I don't know the man, but Asher did say that he'd basically bring the wrath down on innocents if we didn't cooperate. So if I read the situation right, he's using them as leverage.
Right. You know, spaghetti at the wall kind of thing. Like, maybe the best possible thing is if we did Toby's, we went down and we pretended, and then we had an accident down there where, like, the people who were with us all died because of this powerful weapon, and we die too? Maybe? So we never turned, and there's nothing to punish because we're already dead.
That's a thought, actually.
You know Ash better than I do. Is he gonna go for that?
I don't know.
Probably not. I think he has to know that either we escaped or that the super weapons, that whatever it is that's down there, is on its way back to town. Have him chase us before he has time to go after the town. Send that tank after us.
I'm fine with diverting a tank, assuming it actually comes for us.
I just don't see why, if he's using innocence as leverage, right, why he wouldn't send a couple people after us or just call after us, okay, I'm going to raise the city unless you come back.
Why don't we do this? We all agree, to Ellie's point, we all agree we need to find the mole. Once we find that mole, let's see what information we can get from Sue. Let's see what he can do. Let's ask him a few questions. If he can do something to really, really help us besides give us the entrance to this mine, let's use it. If he can't, then at least we've gotten the mole out of the way. Then we can go decide whether we go to war or whether we infiltrate a mine or whatever we want to do.
Why don't we just
wise.
Why don't we just tell the people to leave?
I wouldn't mind that, assuming that they would actually leave.
I mean, if we give them fair warning that a tank is coming to kill them, tell them to get out the way, die fighting. That's their choice from there.
You got an idea of where you would send them?
Anywhere's better than in the way of the tank.
Bunch of criminals, barely any money to their name, and a gun. They're not going to Malifaux. They're not going to make it to Malifaux. They're going to get arrested or worse.
No contract towns around here?
I'm looking at the world map right now. I don't know what any of these places are, so I have nothing helpful.
Anywhere
Latigo's
green and
small.
gorgeous, I'd love to send them.
Feel like that's going to be a problem that we can deal with later. Let's go hunting.
Let's go around.
Where we're heading. Where we're heading, folks.
Gonna go outside the mayor's office and just yell at him until he comes out to the street? Or how are we... Okay.
That seems
Frey?
reasonable. I like it.
Who wants to collect the sheriff?
Sheriff will show up. You just gotta yell for him.
Okay.
He's always around.
Plan is to stand in the middle of the street and shout for them until they come to talk to you.
It's
Like
the
it.
general plan. Listen, I never claimed that I have the best plan. I'm just gonna try something.
I genuinely like it. It's very to the point.
Beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
Frey hefts the hammer and just kind of repositions on the shoulder and then starts walking out the door.
Nemo's gonna skitter away to go grab Ellie's Chesterfield and bring it back to her.
All right. Frey, you step outside into the dusty streets.
Can
Fairly
I-
empty. What's up? What's up, Toby?
Let me pull Ellie back real fast as people are leaving. I want to have a conversation real fast.
Okay.
Ellie, before we leave and go do our business, I figure it's only fair I kind of come clean with you for a second.
You know, we all get scared sometimes, Toby. It's okay.
I mean, scared, yeah, but the one thing I want you to know is the Arcanists didn't promise us any money. I know you're banking on the Arcanists paying you a fortune when we go back to town, but I'm sure they'll reward us if we come back with a super weapon, or if it's a super weapon or whatever the guild is after. But nothing was promised up front. You know, we can negotiate. I'm sure we can negotiate, but I want to make sure you're in this for the right reasons. You know, the guild are the bad guys. Like we're out here trying to stop the bad guys. I'm out here trying to stop the bad guys.
Ellie puts a hand on your shoulder. It's a pretty good joke, Toby.
I'm not joking. I want to know that you're not going to betray us when Ash offers you a ton of money. I want to know that, you know, you're out here for the right reasons. I want to know that we can depend on you that when the going gets tough, you know?
Are we the only two in this room, Almighty GM?
No, you're still in the saloon. He grabbed you before you went out. So
Right.
you're on the main.
Well, I figured we were leaving the room.
Frey,
Nemo went out to get the Chesterfield. Everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we can say sure. Yeah, you two are alone in the bedroom. Nemo
Ellie
went out.
shuts
Well,
the door and locks the door.
Tobias is gonna close his eyes.
Let me get something straight, Toby. The first time I did something for you was on that train heist. Why did we do it? What reasons did we do it for? Because you said it would be okay. And because we're doing it for the right reasons. What happened to you during the train fight? Huh? Bump on the head? I lost an eye. Then, we ride out to Innocence and you tell me The Arcanists are gonna pay me. The same people who put this arm on me and who hound me for money. I didn't believe you, but it was tempting. We ride out here and we do it for the right reasons, right, Toby? What happened to you? You spend a couple weeks in a mine. For me, the only reason you're out of that mine is because of me. So who's doing things for the right reason, Toby? All right? I keep doing things to make sure you're here. And if you ever question me again, I won't stay around. You can't keep relying on me to protect you. So if there's money on the table, Toby, that might be more reliable than you. Because so far, I've done nothing but pay for your mistakes. And Ellie turns, unlocks the door. Where I grew up, Toby, this isn't finished. If we want to air things out and make things neutral, you meet me on the street some night and we can have a little boxing match. I'll go easy on you. As I stride out, I find Nemo coming down the hallway.
Nemo is standing outside. It does not take me that long to get a gun. I'm standing outside the door, quietly holding your gun. And I give it to you, and I'm going to follow you down the hallway.
Ellie just takes the gun, shuts the door on Toby, and walks down the hallway.
I was not expecting that.
Damn.
Tobias gonna sit there for a hot minute, question his life choices, and then head back out. That was a little rough. Okay.
Whew. All right. We'll cut back to Frey. Yeah. So Frey, you step out into the dusty town. That single road, if you can even call it that, just leading up to the mayor's house. There's a few people walking by. Some of them look at you. If you tip the hat, you being a local and whatnot. And you just step down that dusty road. With evening growing late, the last sun sort of peeking over the back of the manor, highlighting it in this orange glow. And you walk with a purpose towards the door, where there are the usual 2 armed guards standing there. Need something?
I need the mayor, and I need him right now.
Let me go see if he's busy. And the other guy just stands there, same kind of awkward, kicking dirt, looking around, waiting.
Still a nice gun.
Thanks. Put a lot of work into it. A lot of work to it. The wood finish is polyester coated with a nice red trim that I put on it. Dyed it myself. I did, carve the initials.
Yeah,
here.
brother. Let me just stop you right there, Mayor. I just start yelling.
Made to the side, says to this guy, "Does he always leave you outside while he goes in?"
I'm sorry, what was that? I was polishing my gun.
Oh, he says, "Does he always leave you outside while he goes in to ask the mayor?"
Well, yeah, he's better with words. I'm better with guns.
Right. Yes, I'm sure he doesn't question your abilities at all. I'm sure that has nothing to do with it.
No. I mean, he's the talker and I'm the gun holder. That's
right. I know, of course, it's a very nice gun, and I don't know anything about guns, so you can save the rest.
question mark. Buildings. good at holding my gun. You shout for the mayor. At that point in time, the guy comes back and says he's busy.
Nah, he ain't busy.
A lot of paperwork.
Why don't I go knock on the door? And I have the hammer again.
Authorized personnel, I'm afraid.
This is authorization enough. I start walking to the door.
Well, if you want, now is normally the time for an intimidation check.
Sure.
So let's do you're a big guy. Say like a target number 8.
Mr. Zack, could you flip that for me?
You got that for masks?
That's not fun. I only have a 1 on my intimidate. I
And
go ahead and cheat that with an 8.
All right. You start walking towards the door. The talker, as we'll call him, quickly steps in front of you, blocking your path from the door. The other guy looks and steps over as well. Like, oh yeah, we're doing this. And then you get up close enough to them that they can, their head coming right up to about your chest, and they both look up. And the guy holding the gun steps back to his post. And the talker narrows his eyes, looks at the guy holding the gun who's apparently abandoned him. I think it's time for my lunch break.
I think you're about right.
And he walks off towards the saloon.
All right, so I'm not an utter barbarian. I'm going to check if the door is open.
It's not locked.
Oh,
It
perfect.
just click, opens right
Yeah,
up.
I'll just click. Open it right up. That's fine.
All right. You make your way into the manor. I assume Maeve is following. Everyone else is going off to the sheriff, correct?
I think we were just gonna shout loudly in the
Yeah.
street until the sheriff showed up.
yeah, so I guess about this time we'll walk.
You
over
guys will
to
pull
them.
up.
Yeah.
Nemo's going to hide somewhere in the near vicinity,
All right.
just so she's not out in the street.
Ellie is also going to hide in the near vicinity with the Chesterfield and just go into the shadows.
Tobias is with them, strolling up with
Yeah.
them,
And
If,
he's at
hiding.
Price
What's
Hills.
Tobias gonna do? Hiding.
If there's any need, I will have you guys make stealth checks. Yeah, if we get to that point.
Sorry, Maeve,
I
did you
am
say you're with
assisting
me?
Ellie in whatever she is trying to do.
Yeah, Maeve's right at Price Hills.
Thank God. This is a time for the poop bandits, if anything. All right.
Poop bandits and the one that can talk.
Yep. All right, we'll walk up the stairs to the mayor's office. I'm assuming
You're-
he's there.
Heavy boots fall on the stairs. You go up. You open the door. He's basically right where you left him. He's up in his main office. Behind him, there's sort of the double glass doors. There's a balcony. Most of the furniture is still covered in white sheets. There's kind of the reminiscent rings of where like paintings used to hang, where you can tell like the sun has dyed the wall different colors and whatnot. I'm sure there's a term for that. I can't remember it. But he looks up from his desk. You forget something.
Mayor, we got to talk. I need you out in the street right now.
I know this town's full mostly of criminals and whatnot. But I ain't one to be called out for some sort of podunk showdown at noon.
What about being paid off by the guild?
I ain't one to do that either. How dare you step into my office and say such bullshit? What are you at, boy?
I'm not accusing you, Sheriff. I'm accusing the sheriff. Now I need your ass out in the street, and we need to go confront the sheriff right now. We don't have time.
What do you mean about time?
Do you realize that you had guild in this town? They were in Mama Bodette's saloon. They offered to pay everyone in that saloon 400 script to kill my friends and I if we drew on them. Did you know that? Or were you up here signing papers?
I was aware that they came into town. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and apparently neither was the sheriff because he never showed up. There's a mole in this town. They are paid off by the guild, and they are feeding information to the guild. Are you aware that there is a tank that is just aiming at the guild? It's just waiting for us, or it's aiming at innocents, sorry. And it's waiting for us to step out of line before it just rolls on in here and burns this place to the ground.
I'm absolutely aware of that.
Wonderful.
Well, Mayor, I think an important note here is also the fact that the guild wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for your snitch. So maybe it's time to take care of it.
His eyes narrow, and he pulls a silken handkerchief from his vest and wipes away a bit of the spittle that's constantly coming out of sort of the messed up side of his face.
You make yourself a mighty good point. Well, all right.
He gets up, walks over to a dresser, sort of a standing dresser, opens the two doors, and pulls out a big coil of a rope, throws it over his shoulder, and you can see from the end of that rope there is a noose.
We got ourselves a snitch. Probably gonna have ourselves a hanging.
That
Lead the
escalated
way.
quickly.
It's kind of how
Let's
it
do
goes
this.
around here.
Well,
All
I don't
right.
think any of us have any love for anyone who brought the guild here either, so we'll follow your lead on that one, Mayor.
I pat him on the shoulder and I say, all right, LW, let's go.
He heads out, notices one of his guards is missing, shakes his head in frustration, but follows you in the group.
Down in our little hidey hole, I just want to have looked at Ellie and went, want to talk about it?
No.
Good. That's it.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, you do want...
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Did he do something, or... I mean, I'm sure he did do something, but...
Oh, yeah. You go
Yeah.
ask him.
Yeah, I guess. I mean... No, it's fine. Are you good, I guess, is more the important thing.
I'll be good once he fights me in the street. I
Okay.
gotta settle it.
Are you going to, like... Is he in the book now?
No.
Okay, no, I'm just checking.
I mean, he's not in the bad part of the book, yeah.
He's in the moderate part of the book.
Yeah.
I know that... Okay, I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to stop. Okay? Okay. You did a really, really good thing for him. And whatever he did, I would also be pissed. If I knew what it was and I was you and I had done what you did for him, I would be very angry. So whatever you're feeling is... Yeah.
Not angry.
You sounded pretty angry.
Disappointed.
Uh,
Yeah, okay, I'm angry. Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
all
cool,
right.
yeah.
Oh, they're coming outside. Oh, shit.
Okay, yeah.
Now I actually have to fight Ellie. Oh god.
All right. You come out, walking the mayor behind you. At this point in time, the citizens that usually keep to themselves, they're starting to take interest. It's not often that a very large man comes with the mayor in tow. And if there's one thing this hardened criminal, things escalating quickly town recognizes, It's the hanging rope. So whispers start happening. A few dozen people start kind of keeping their distance, but following, figuring out what's going on. I don't know. Mayor's coming out with Frey and got himself a hanging rope, right? But the mayor follows you, follows your lead, Frey.
Bring your guards with too.
He does that loud whistle that I can't do. That right? The guy gets his gun, looking around. Other dude comes out, freaking throws back the shot, throws the glass back into the saloon, and he quickly comes back. Once he gets up there, Mayor's just like, cut your pay. And then they follow.
All right. Is the sheriff around at all?
No, the sheriff's in the sheriff's office with the jail and all that.
Oh, what the hell? All right. Sheriff, where the hell are you? Get out here.
There's probably about 30 seconds that go by. He comes out with this little pot belly and his rosy cheeks. Hey, Frey!
So cute.
We need to chat, brother.
What's going on? Is there a hanging? I mean, he looks back in. I ain't got anyone in the jail cell. I mean, if someone's acting up, you let me know and I'll show them what's what.
The problem isn't that someone's acting up. The problem is that no one acted up when the guild walked in here. And the two people in charge of this goddamn town did nothing about it. And you said there's a crowd, like people are starting to stir a little bit?
Yeah, there's probably about like a dozen, maybe anywhere between 12 and 20 people just off in the distance listening.
Good. I'm going to turn and talk to them. Now, people, we had guild in this town, and the people, the two behind me, that are in charge of protecting you, did nothing. Now, my boy Sue has some information that one of these two are guild moles. They have infiltrated this town, they have deceived you, and they have fed information to the people that are starving you and taking away your work. Now, the initials that we have found on a letter from a guild member are LW. That's either the sheriff here or our good old mayor, who just decides to sit and sign papers all day instead of being with you fine people. So, I'm trying to figure out which is which. Will you all help me?
The murmurings kind of go quiet at the mention of a mole. Dirty faces begin to glare between the two. Hands begin to rest on pistols. And no one says anything, but you see a couple solemn nods. This is, as we've stated before, a town that does not like the guild, and the news that you have said is enraging, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Ellie and Nemo, I would like us to sneak up behind the two so that they can't run away. Like we're behind them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Mayor Lewis is the first to speak, and he says, "Well, no one attacked the guild, because that's on my orders not to mess with them if they come into town. What do you think's gonna happen if we attack any of them boys that come in here? What do you think's gonna happen if we wipe out that regiment out there? Innocents. It's survived, folks. And it's not because you're all hardened criminals, which I know you'd like to think you are. It's because we lay low. It's because we got nothing they want. The second we start killing them, you kick the hornet's nest. All of a sudden, you've upset the bear. You've insulted them on their high and mighty thrones. So if you want to kill guild folk that come on in, have at it. But I tell you, there will
be a reckoning.
Sheriff says,
Wait. I
Mhm.
feel like I have heard there will be a reckoning from somebody once before. Asher says that shit all the time, right? Does
Yeah.
Nemo
Oh, yeah.
immediately clock this?
uh,
Or is
he
this
did,
just villain speak?
he did say it in the bar. He did say it in the bar.
Okay, Nemo's not going to do anything, but she's going to prepare to grapple this guy if he makes any movements whatsoever.
The sheriff says, well, I mean, Frey, like, I'm always up for a gunfight. I got your back. We've talked about this a lot of times. We got some scraps in the bar, and I was like, hey, next time, give me a call. I'll come in there and I'll show him what's what. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out. I got a spare pistol in my drawer just in case, 12 bullets. I can kill 12 people with 12 bullets, maybe even 15. So, I mean, yeah, them's my orders. I got to listen to the mayor. He's the head honcho. So I was just sitting in there working on my boat.
Look at the sheriff. Look back at the mayor. I turn to the people of Innocence and I go, the mayor says that you'll upset the bear. Now, I'm looking around at you fine people, and I'm not seeing meager mice. I'm seeing wolves. You know what happens when you starve a pack of wolves? They will kill everything in sight until they have enough to eat. Mayor, you mentioned that we got nothing that they want. They got everything they want from us. They got the mine. That's all we had. You want to sit and lay low? What happens when we got nothing? We got no food. We got no drink. That saloon dries up. You're going to have a reckoning of your own on your hands. We know it was you, Mayor. I would like to do a deceive check here because I don't actually know.
Oh, j'accuse.
Give me. I mean, I'm gonna say it's a target number 7. I'm not gonna make it high. I mean, he's good at political, somewhat good, but there's also an angry mob nearby, so he's a little distracted.
Can we be doing scrutiny checks to see which of these guys is more uncomfortable? Or because neither of them said they weren't the mole, and only one of them can be, right?
Yeah. You can do scrutiny checks. Now again, scrutiny is not an end all be all. You might notice something, but you're not going to get a like, oh, you see that one of them shifted on. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so for your deceive, you got a 2 of crows.
I'd like to give Nemo advantage on this with my bounty hunter ways. I've seen people crack under pressure.
Sure, you guys are close enough.
What's my target number? Because with advantage, I got a 15 of tomes.
I mean, geez, I'm not. It ain't above 15. I'll tell you that.
I want to see which of these guys looks like he is maybe about to leave as soon as possible, or is doing his best to lower the escalation. Which of them doesn't? Like, I feel like whoever's not the mole is gonna be a little bit more on the crowd side. Who is just trying to leave?
Which one of them is wearing brown pants?
Yeah.
So neither of them look like they're trying to leave. The mayor looks angry. He's looking through like the wrinkled, sun-stained, old leathery skinned face, just sort of staring at Frey as Frey basically accuses him of treason. The sheriff has dropped down to one knee and he is in the midst of retying his boots.
Nuh-uh, he is not in the middle of tying his boots. What he got in there? Does he's got a weapon in his shoes?
I mean, he got a pistol at his side, but judged by it, it just looks like this little marshmallow's just tying his freaking boots, man. You're looking for a knife, looking for a shine, but he's like, he's whistling a little ditty where he's mumbling a little ditty where he's like, First they cross over, then the rabbit goes around and goes through the hole.
Okay.
It's
I'm
gotta
going
be an act.
I'm
he's
going
too
directly
adorable.
behind this dude. I'm not gonna grab him yet, but I am looming. I'm looming there, just
Okay.
staring at him. Yeah.
We'll cut back to the conversation.
What was that
So-
deceive check, Zach?
To see you got a 2.
I don't like that, man. That gives me a 6. I would like to.
And it was a 7.
This
You can burn
seems
another
also
cheat?
important. Yeah, I'll cheat it with a jack.
All right, burns it again.
Burning my cards.
He just stares daggers at you. You hold your ground, hold your bluff. He says, "You think it's me, and you're as stupid as you are big. Wolves, huh? I don't see any wolves walking around in cities. I don't see any wolves walking around in army camps. You know why? Because they get shot. At the end of the day, they have more guns than us. Whatever's in that mine, whatever got stirred up, whatever it is they're looking for, they find it and they got no other reason to be here. And then they'll go on their way. But mark my words, if we cross them, there ain't gonna be an innocence anymore. You might as well take down that sign counting the remaining 436 lives, because it'll be nothing but pile and ash. There's one thing I care about. It's these people. I've spent my life keeping this town alive, and I will not have it be swayed by some big dumb idiot who comes in with a vengeance and don't like me." And the sheriff just goes,
Mr. Mayor, if I may, there's one real easy way to end this. And if I were you, it would be what I would be doing. You obviously seem to care about these people, you care about this town. The question is, who with the initials of LW is the mole? And if it's not you, I don't see why you haven't just said it.
"It ain't me, but I assume since I share the initials of Mr. Luke Williams here, you all assume it's me or the sheriff. Now, I ain't about hanging innocent people, and I would be dumbfounded if this idiot ended up being a spy for the guild." "Spy for the guild?" And like he kind of perks up and looks around. "Is that what we're talking about?"
Still tying his shoes? Is he still down there, or did he?
No, like he stands up, he perks up, like his shoes are done, and he's like, "Spy for the guild."
Yeah, you have thoughts then.
"Oh shit, where'd you come from?" I mean, I don't like the guild. I'm always ready to fight them on. I'm always ready to go to town. I draw quickest draw in the West. That's a problem. Like you point and I'll take them out.
Are you literate?
Yeah, I can read.
Okay.
Noted.
All right. I'll I'm a little stuck between a rock and a hard place at the moment. I'll walk up to the sheriff. Put a hand on his shoulder. Look him straight in the eye. Down at him, obviously. "Sheriff, look me in the eye. Tell me it's not you."
Frey, buddy, pal. I mean, I love you like you're my own son, you know? Well, bigger brother, I guess you could say. Of course it's not me.
Tell me right now that you do not work for the guild.
I'm the sheriff of the town of Innocence. course, I don't work for the guild.
Is my 15 scrutiny still going on this bullshittery happening before
Flip me another scrutiny check.
We can flip me a scrutiny as well if you don't mind.
Yeah. I
Sure.
definitely think I would like. I'll let Frey do a scrutiny. It's target number 8. I'm gonna let Nemo do a scrutiny, but it's gonna be like a 12 because Frey, like you're looking him dead in the eye, much lower number.
Is Ellie still assisting me?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I'll let we're gonna go normal rules. You get 1 assist or 2 flips. So 2 separate flips or 1 flip with assist is what we're gonna go. Just to keep
Right,
things
you got a 7.
that normal balance.
Okay.
That's going to be a 12 scrutiny.
I got a 10 total, a 10 of masks if it's just straight.
Nemo, it's kind of hard because like you're off to an angle and they're just staring at each other.
I know what Nemo has decided.
Frey, you're looking down on him, and you know he's giving you that big cherub cheek, friendly smile, and you notice that there's quite a bit of sweat forming on his forehead, and he gulps pretty hard when you're looking down on him, and just gives you those big puppy dog eyes and that smile.
Fucking heartbreaking, Sheriff. I start patting him down to see if he has anything on him. That would be incriminating.
Hey, whoa, that tickles. You're patting him down. I mean, he got his pistol on him, the keys to the jail cell. You pull out a folded piece of paper, and it's they're like little blueprints, but they look like for an old-fashioned colonial boat of some sort. Kind of hand drawn, a little weird. Not really incriminating, just kind of weird.
Yeah.
While everyone's over here, can I, and the attention is off of me, can I go into the mayor's office and kind of snoop around a little bit? The door's unlocked. Everyone's looking this way.
Sure. Give me a target number 8 stealth check.
I got a 9 plus whatever I have, so.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You go in.
Rifle through his things. Find
You're
some letters.
sneaking around. Let me see. Let me go back to his office real quick.
See if I can find anything that can incriminate this guy or clear him. Yeah, that's the word.
So you're going around. There's a bunch of paperwork. That's like his desk is really the only thing that has a lot of the furniture is kind of nice, covered up and everything. In his desk, the only thing of note you really find is there's a lot of financial paperwork. That's like the will of Rishu and Shetty, and it's just all paper that talks about all of their financial assets going to Miss Rosary, which it's not really incriminating, kind of adds up. Like you remember about, the love child and everything. And there's like some notes of like, this is weird, investigate, like sticky notes and everything. Cause he doesn't know what's going on and thinks that's suspicious. So he has like little headers on that. But other than that, there's nothing really that kind of catches your attention.
Okay.
Fuck. I mean, there's some like stuff in there like that talks about like Rishu was like an idiot and would be a terrible mayor. But that's not new. You guys know that. There's no wallet.
Okay.
He's got blueprints for a boat, right? The sheriff.
Not the sheriff. Oh yeah, no, sorry, the sheriff. Yes, the sheriff had blueprints for like a boat, like an old colonial boat.
Does he have a wallet on him?
He does not have a wallet on him.
Does the mayor have a wallet on him? Feel him up next, right?
Yeah, if you want.
So, as along with the letter, I am definitely removing the sheriff's pistol, and I am removing the keys off his belt. I'm gonna toss the keys to Nemo.
Catch him, yeah.
Smooth catch.
Love it. See what you can find out. Sheriff's office that way. And then I'll go pat down the mayor.
You go to pat him down. He glares at you and says,
You want to tell me what you're looking for before you start feeling me up?
Nah. I just want to feel you up.
Oh,
He
Mr.
glares and
Frank.
doesn't resist.
Doesn't resist. Wonderful. Do I need to flip for like anything, or am I just patting him down?
You pat him down. The mayor's not armed. That would make sense. No, he doesn't have a gun. He's one of the few people that doesn't have a pistol because he has guards. In his breast pocket, there's the handkerchief that's a little bit soggy. There's a nice fine pin on him inside, a pocket watch as well. And in his back pocket, there is a leather billfold. There's about 15 script inside, and that's about it.
Carry incriminating shit on you. Okay.
Oh, but the sheriff's missing his wallet.
This is true. I'm gonna just lean over to put the wallet back in the sheriff's pocket, and I'm gonna whisper to, or I'm sorry, the mayor's wallet. And I'm gonna whisper to the mayor, I think it's the sheriff. Just roll with it.
He doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Do I find anything
How's Nemo?
incriminating at the sheriff's place?
You slip inside. There's a few empty jail cells. There's a desk that mid-built. There's like a small model made of like poorly glued together wood that looks like it is a ship being
Okay,
made.
Cool.
I mean, inside there's a few documents, a lot that talk about like people have been arrested. Almost always it's exaggerated tales of how he single-handedly arrested like 2 or 3 people, and they'll know better next time, and they were drunk, but nothing too intimidate or
I
incriminating.
want to break apart that boat and see if there's anything inside of it.
Oh my god.
No, you smash it to smithereens, and
I just snap it in half, toss it over my shoulder. If there's
you
nothing
snap it in
there.
half, and there's nothing inside. It's just now a broken boat.
Nothing in there. I'm gonna tear the place apart, looking to see if there's anything. There's no wallet in here at all, right?
There is no wallet. You go ham. You start opening drawers, dumping them out. Nothing. Nothing. Just paperwork. Nothing.
Is it sunny out?
There's a little bit of light left in the sky. It's a deep, deep dusk. It's almost night.
This would be insane. Okay, either A, I'm gonna need a candle, or B, I need sunlight. So whichever one's easiest. I'm gonna hold the paper that has the drawing of the boat up to that and see if there's anything that shows up.
You manage a candle easy enough, and the sheriff's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! All right, that took me like a
I'm
month
not
to
burning it. Calm down.
Thank you kindly." No, there's no hidden ruins or anything.
Desperation seeping in.
What'd you find on him, Frey? Just
a damn drawing of a boat. I'm really hoping Nemo comes back with something.
Mr. Sheriff, where's your wallet?
My wallet? I don't carry a wallet.
No, not at all. Where do you carry your money? Not that I'm sure you have much.
Well, usually it comes in and out. Folks always need help around here. Some folks need a drink, and some folks need that and this. And so I usually just spend it. I got a nice place to sleep in the sheriff's office, so I don't really have need for one.
Put it in your pocket then.
My money, I do, yeah.
All right. Well, none of that then, so you must be on the low end right now.
Things are drying up ever since the guild came in.
Yes. Yes, I hear it's because of a snitch.
Yeah, that's what's going around town. That's what Frey was saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really dreadful business, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine why anyone would side with the guild instead of this great town here.
Money, usually. I heard that's what talks.
Well, I mean, don't need a lot to live out here. How much money do you really need?
Ask the starving people of innocence, I suppose.
Alright, I find nothing in that whole building, right? Not like flipping the mattress over, nothing under the floorboards. He has no money in his entire house.
Not a dime, not a cent.
Okay.
Was there money in the wallet?
Sheriff,
Um,
Script?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of script if I remember.
Okay.
Was there a driver's license?
No, no, not in 1902. I'm afraid.
So
Horse license?
I'm gonna come back at this point and hand the 2 broken pieces of the boat to Frey and say, the only thing he had in his entire goddamn house, no money, no letters, just a fucking boat.
There's a lot of paperwork. Oh man! That's what he says when he sees it.
The paperwork wasn't incriminating, right? I'm assuming.
No,
since I
they're
have
just like documentations about people getting arrested and whatnot.
Yeah.
Shit. You showed him the broken boat. Alright, well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought one of them would crack by now. I have no idea where to go from here.
I know what to do.
What do you got?
Unless anybody else has a good idea, we let him go. And we watch him.
Works for me.
That actually isn't the worst idea. Everyone, actually, you're here, you're witnessing this right now. I wouldn't keep your eyes off of either of them for too long. You never know what might happen to the town if you do.
So there's no hanging tonight.
No hanging tonight unless the mayor turns and wants to hang me for being an asshole, but other than that. What do you think, Mayor?
It's not a hangable crime.
All right. Sheriff, I'll help you fix the boat one of these days. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a little bit more glue. A sheriff's work is never done.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
All right, got my gun back?
Yeah, sure.
Why?
Thanks, Frey. And the
We'll get it
keys.
back one of these days.
I'm sorry, I lost the keys.
What's up?
And the keys.
I lost them, I'm sorry.
What? How am I supposed to lock criminals up now if I ain't got my keys?
I'm so sorry, it must be very difficult for you. Alright. So, am I watching him? How are we splitting this?
I'll talk to the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Again, sorry about that, Sheriff. Yeah, everyone go home. We'll see where this mole is eventually, if he exists even.
Well, he exists, and now we've got everyone looking for him, so it's only a matter of time.
I'll start walking with the mayor if he's willing to walk with me.
Yeah, he'll walk with you.
Sweet.
Me will dog the sheriff with Nemo. I think that's what that wave was about.
No, we got a little raid from Arlandor. Hi guys.
Hey.
Oh,
Hi.
hey, welcome.
Nice to have you guys here.
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with you, Frey. You walk the mayor back up. You go upstairs to his office. He goes over to the cabinet, puts the rope back in, reaches onto the top shelf, pulls something out, puts it in his hand, and says,
If it isn't, there's more efficient ways of making a man talk. and he slides a knife across the desk to you.
Hey, we gotta make sure it's a genuine confession, and we gotta make sure it's in front of the town. I can't just go killing the sheriff. I had to accuse both of you just so it could look legit even.
We can't risk letting someone like that, if it is the sheriff, lingering around here.
I hear you. I guess we can tail out. I'll take the knife just in case. You know, if it comes to it, we'll hold it to his throat. We'll get a confession, but for now, I guess we'll just dog him.
Well, with what you stirred up, I won't be making any moves unless I start up a lynching mob around here.
Probably a good idea.
But if it was up to me, I'd say beat it out of them.
I'll see what I can do. Thanks for your time, Mayor. I grab the knife and start heading up.
He gets back to his desk.
Anybody staying to watch the mayor, just in case?
I mean, I can't spend the night at his house, but I can watch his house.
Meets
We-
with the sheriff.
I'm also
Mayor, can I have a
sheriff.
sleepover?
We got more important
wait.
things to do than watch them all night.
Well, so I mean, this town is not that big, right? So is the sheriff's office in the mayor's house? Like, can you just like sit in the middle of the square and basically look at both of them?
Sure. I mean, you wouldn't really be able to like see into the rooms or anything, but
That's fine.
Yeah.
Ellie's just sitting, like, just sat down, pulled a box over, and is sitting literally in the middle of the street, Chesterfield on arm, just watching both houses.
all right. The rest of you, what are you like sleeping in jail cells? Well, you can't get into them anymore because you lost the keys.
Maeve just like pulls up if there's like a spare wooden chair or something, just pulls up the chair, looks at the mayor and says, "So what brought you to Innocence?"
Jailbreak.
We're talking to the sheriff now,
Sheriff.
right?
Yeah.
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 Me
Did I
said
say
the mayor.
Me
You
said
said mayor.
mayor, but they're similar.
Damn.
We're having a real.
They have a very different voice, though.
Yeah, you said mayor, so
Suddenly, the
That's
sheriff is
entirely
so
on me, I'm
evil.
so sorry.
So we're
Like,
gonna
all
have
right,
to
voice
kill
comes
him.
out
all
of the
guess Meeve's
sheriff.
there.
My bad. No, to the sheriff. Says sits down and says, "So what brought you to Innocence anyway?"
Oh, well, you know,
Yep.
a lot of wandering people just kind of show up here, found my way, and just kind of fell into the job. Everyone really wanted me to be sheriff, so I mean, who was I to say no?
That's awfully convenient. Must be nice to just have a job fall into your lap like that.
I mean, I'm not complaining. You know, beats being a minor. You know, and,
Right.
everyone in this town respects me and listens to what I say. So I think at the end of the day, despite all the tough guy acts, we know who really wears the gun around here.
Right. Yes. Well, being strong isn't the only way to wield power. You've got that part right.
Part of it, I think, is just, you know, I give him the evil eye.
Oh, yes. You're very intimidating.
Yeah, I give him the look. And then they know I mean business.
Right. What sort of business do you mean exactly?
Well, you know, if push comes to shove.
Right. Yes, of course. That old Western law, whatever you have it.
It's the way of the West. Are you staying the night? I mean, we had beds, but the keys got lost, so
It's not a problem. I'll sit around for a bit, but haven't decided yet. Just thought I'd follow you back and have a chat. Bit of tension, you know, in the town square. so-
yeah, real intense, real
Yeah.
intense.
Not like, you know, I just want to have a chat with someone. Maybe not the best place to do it, so I thought I'd come back.
Well, I'm probably gonna go into the back, hit the hay.
All right.
Yes.
Well,
You know, can't really lock anyone up anymore, at least until I talk to the
blacksmith tomorrow. New keys. So, bye.
Sweet dreams.
And he waddles off into the back and shuts the door.
Lovely. Maybe we'll chill there for now, but if anyone comes and says they're doing something, obviously they'll skedaddle. But they're a little more suspicious of the sheriff right now, so they wanted to sort of just get in on that for the time being.
Okay. So Ellie is parked outside. Meave is basically parked in the office. What are the rest of you doing?
I think at this point I'm gonna roll up to where is it? I'm gonna start collecting people. Talk about what I think should be our next move.
Nemo
What are you
will
starting
be-
with?
Yeah.
All right, Ellie's in the middle. Nemo, I assume you'll be there too eventually. Frey will, right, unless you're sitting at the mayor's office,
No,
will
I mean,
walk
I
out
left.
too.
Yeah, I'll
All right.
yeah.
Guys, we have enough for Sue, I feel like. Let's approach him, and then we'll show him the letter. We have enough evidence. It's one of these guys. We have a pretty strong feeling it's the mayor, or the sheriff. See, what he thinks we should do. Or not what we should do. Let's see how he's going to get us into the mine. That's
It's not a bad idea, and I pat Tobias on the back a little too hard. Just good idea.
Where are you guys talking?
it was in the
street.
it was in the middle, but
Middle
Yeah.
of the street, baby.
Touchstone.
Where all the business happens.
out of earshot of the mayor and the sheriff, because the sheriff's down that way. The mayor's like in this building over here.
Yeah.
Can't hear us.
No.
That's
You
a
guys
little
in the
bit
middle street.
quiet.
You're fine.
We have the letter. Let's roll back into the saloon, see if Sue's around with his magic disappearing act.
All right. Are you accompanying them, Ellie?
No.
Okay. You
I'm gonna
guys,
stay out with Ellie.
you stay out with Ellie.
Okay, then Meave will go. So it's the three of them.
So, Meave, you go to the saloon, or you stay with Ellie and Nemo?
Sorry, yeah, that was very unclear for me. Meave will go to the saloon if Nemo and Ellie are staying back. They figure the two of them probably have it handled.
All right. You three head back to the saloon. You begin to kind of look around. There's no sign of Sue. You ask around. People are talking about how they hadn't seen him. Meanwhile, Nemo and Ellie, you guys are standing. There's some definitely awkwardness going on, especially because Nemo, you have a suspicion of what's been happening between Ellie and Toby. Can I get both of you to make a target number 8 notice check?
Yes.
Got the red joker. I got a nat 20.
Oh,
I
all
got
right.
a 9.
I got a rock.
Ellie, you're vigilant. You have had many times in your life where you have sat or laid on the ridge of a mountain, waiting hours and hours and hours for someone to come by. Stakeouts are nothing new to you. It's one of the main tools of your trade. And as you're sitting there waiting, vigilant, you notice a bird sort of flies and lands on a roof a few buildings down. And you think for a moment, you've been out in this desert many, many days. You've never, ever seen a bird in this desert. And it goes another building down. It ends up kind of just moving around the rim up top of the sheriff's. And with that red joker Sure as shit, tied to its little leg, a little rolled up piece of paper.
Nemo,
Yeah.
can you go get everybody? Meet me in the sheriff's office.
As you break off, you watch it, and this very well-trained bird you don't recognize. For those of us who do recognize birds, it's a sparrowhawk. It sort of puts its beak down and begins to, with its beak, untie the leather around it until it flaps away. No more leather, and just takes off.
I'm gonna walk into the sheriff's office.
He is sitting, whistling happily. No, he's not sitting. I'm sorry. The door's shut, and he's in the back sleeping.
All right. The front door is open, I believe.
Yeah.
I walk in. And, did it look like the bird dropped it into the building? Or is it just leaving it on the roof?
It's leaving it on the roof. So in true Western fashion, a lot of the buildings have sort of the roof that comes down, and there's like the wooden rim that comes around.
Right.
Yeah. So it looks like it was on the edge, and it dropped it down into that little well of an area.
All right. So just to eliminate all the possibilities as Nemo fetches the gang, are there any ways onto the roof outside?
You exit, kind of walk around back. You see a few barrels. But eventually you do see a mixture of barrels and crates that have been, to the untrained eye, it would just be like, oh, they're stacked high. But you're looking at that and like, you could easily get up on the roof with these things.
I'm going up on the roof.
You, with ease, crawl up to the top, go over, walk across, find a little rolled up letter, open it up. It has a message, very simple, that says, keep me up to date with the innings, with the goings and comings of the big one and his friends. I would like to know if they are coming to the mines.
I wait.
All right. Eventually, I assume, Nemo, you just grab them, right?
Yeah, Nemo just enters the bar and goes, "Come on, there's a bed." Gets everyone to come to the sheriff's with her.
Oh,
Better
bird,
reason,
all
isn't
right.
Great. Yep.
A bird. Is that news? All right, I guess.
Big bit, come on.
As you get to the sheriff's, you see Ellie poke her head over the ridge and just sort of gesture, pointing to you all to come up from the back.
Be quiet. Walk up. Climb up.
Yeah, I immediately climb up as soon as it is gestured. I'm already on the roof.
And
yeah,
now,
I made heads up as well.
Tobias does
and
his
then,
best.
as you all get up there, Ellie will just say, "Now we wait. Whomever wants this letter will walk up here, and we'll have them."
Leave the sheriff's house. Do we feel like we still don't have it? It's his house.
It could be anybody.
I will say, I do think it would be very funny if he comes up here and he sees us all just sitting holding the letter. I think that would be a nice moment.
Yeah, agreed.
And we're just gonna wait here all night. All right. I've slept in worse places.
Don't be a baby.
The scene's missing one thing. I do head back to the... Oh, wait. No, we have adventuring stuff. I tie a noose.
All right. Yeah, you get out some rope and just sit quietly and tie a noose. Okay. You guys have a stakeout. Hours go by. It's pretty miserable because you can't talk. And you notice pretty early on that if you move too much, the roof kind of creaks and groans. So everyone is forced in this position where you are trying to be deathly still.
On top of that, as with most deserts, when the sun passes over the horizon, it gets cold, kind of bitter and cold. And you're sitting, waiting, breathing, sitting so long to the point where like that position just isn't comfortable anymore, and you have to slowly shift to not make too much noise. And not doing anything, the hours just seem to last forever. Occasionally you'll like hear coughing down below, and you think like, oh, maybe someone's coming around back. No, just someone moving along, walking across the street, or late at night coming out to use one of the outhouses nearby in town. After a few hours, you begin to hear the creaks, the shifting of wood, as someone is definitely coming up those barrels. Everyone waits quietly, and the small, rosy-cheeked, pudgy head of the sheriff peeks over the top. Oh, how y'all doing? I heard some creaking on the roof, and I thought maybe someone was sneaking around up here. I didn't know this is where you wanted to camp. If you need a saloon, you know, right over there.
Fucking
Get him!
sheriff. And I charge him.
We want this to be loud, right? Somebody shoot a gun. We need people to hear about this.
Sure. Yeah. The second you start like dashing towards him, he's like, shit, and like falls off and lands on his stomach and begins to scramble away. He's not an athletic man.
Roof and grapple him.
He's not an athletic man. You easily catch up to him and tackle him and grab him. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Awesome.
I like
Awesome.
to envision that just while we're all sitting on the roof, it's the perfect world for Ellie. Nobody's talking to her right now. We're doing okay.
We're very uncomfortably like Tobias is trying not to look at Ellie, you know, being very
Sorry, guys. It was the sheriff.
I knew it.
Sorry.
I knew it from day
From
one.
the beginning.
Me.
The sweet cherub of a man.
Why?
Should've known.
Why, man? Why?
Why?
I have
Come
a
on.
whole... Right. Let's get right back into it. We're going to come back in saying, you guys got him? You got him bound, held, whatever it is. What are you going to do? Ready to call the town? What's the plan? Right now, he's kind of your captive.
Right, before we do anything with this man, we need an audience.
do
I
we need
mean,
an audience.
I feel like this is kind of a
Did we
misunderstanding.
say that you could speak?
What she said.
No, but you didn't say I couldn't.
Then
I'm going
shut
to
the
put my
fuck up,
foot
sheriff.
on his face. I'm just gonna stand on his mouth.
Don over here.
I'll speak.
Or Nemo. Do we need an audience? Like all the town has is our word that we saw something come up here and we waited for him.
I guess. I think the problem is we'll have to go on our word if we do something with him that we got the right guy. So either way, they'll need to go on our word somehow.
I think the fucking letters and the wallet and just everything about this piece of shit should qualify some sort of evidence.
And
I was
let's ring
chatting
him
with
up
the
then.
mayor. I was chatting with the mayor, and I whispered to him earlier. I was convinced that it's the sheriff. He rolled with it. I talked to him in his office, getting a confession. We have got said confession. However, if we turn him over to the mayor, he is going to be hung right away. I don't know what Sue wants with him. So do we just drag his ass to Sue, see what we do with him?
Why don't we lock him up in the jail cell right there?
Did you actually lose the keys?
No, I didn't lose. Come on,
Frey
I'm
gets a
gonna start-
good laugh out of that.
dragging him by the hair back to the cell if I can. I'm not strong enough to do it, but I'm just gonna start.
Ow, 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 ow.
Wait. I grab his gun again.
Maeve says, I'm gonna go see if Sue's in the saloon
All right.
and peel off.
Well, hey, you don't use guns, do you? And you got that big hammer, Frey. Maybe I should hold on to that gun for you, since I'm a little naked over here.
Tobias, I like you, and I don't like anyone that's not strapped. So here you are.
Thanks. Pleasure. Stick the holster too. Takes the holster off the sheriff.
Fair.
Sheriff has to hold up his pants now with sand.
We're gonna need to cut you a few notches. He's a pretty big boy.
Yeah. Got it. We'll get to that. Okay.
Is Sue in the saloon?
Sue is not in the saloon.
For fuck's sake. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't even know where Sue
Every time we go
is.
looking for him, we can't find him.
Yep. Wait.
Do you tell us how to find him?
Nope.
Don't remember. Okay. Gonna go up to the bartender then and say, have you seen Sue? And also, hello. Hope you're well this evening. Sorry. Bit of a rush.
Yeah. No, he kind of comes and goes.
Right. Yes, well, if you see him, let him know we're looking for him. And then we shouldn't be too
Sure.
hard to find.
Sure thing.
Thanks. And
I can do that.
Back to the sheriff's office.
Peels off.
He's not there. Don't know who's surprised.
Oh well, Sorry, I probably should have told you guys. You just sit and wait for Sue. You sit at the usual table, strum a couple chords, drink a few whiskeys. He'll show up.
Got
You're
time
trying
for
to tell
that.
me he's not a demon. He's not a demon, and he just does that kind of thing because he's a totally normal person.
Who am I to question?
More
I live in a
important,
town full of criminals.
What exactly is it that we're going to do with this man
Drag his ass to the saloon.
holding his trousers up?
Well, he can keep holding them up.
I
Just
don't
drag his
think-
ass to the saloon and wait.
All right, we could do that.
I
What do
don't
you
think we
about
need
it?
time. We don't have time to sit and wait around for Sue. We got to kill this guy now.
Did Sue tell us
don't
to
need-
kill the man?
I mean, kill him. That's like.
Sue didn't tell us to kill the man, but Sue told us to deal with the mole, and we're about to deal with the mole. We don't need him. We don't need a chance for him to escape. We don't need a chance for the guilt to show up. We don't need a chance for anything. If we're going to do something, we got to do it now. We can't sit and wait for Sue.
All right. Well, if the man's gonna die, he's gonna die in front of these people under a law-abiding execution. He
That's
ain't gonna
fair.
die by your hand, and then you get hunted down by everyone in this town.
Nemo
So?
already has the sheriff's body halfway into a cell. She's been dragging him this whole time, very slowly across the ground.
Brings Frey much.
Hey,
joy to
I
watch
mean,
that.
killing. You know, we're all friends here. I mean, you want to tell me what's going on? Maybe.
We're friends until you
This
started ratting
seems-
us out to the guild. Now you shut your mouth.
Kind of. I mean, I would never do such a thing. I mean, Frey,
Nemo,
come on.
you want to step
know
on him
me.
again?
I'm the sheriff.
Foot on his throat.
He's in the cell.
I'm in there with him. I was still dragging him in. I haven't locked him up yet. I'm gonna put my foot on his throat. They promise you a boat? Just nod or shake your head. Did they promise you a boat? Is that the thing? Fancy yourself a bit of a sailor?
He does neither.
Right. They're gonna give you money. Is the boat just like a fetish?
He lays there and just kind of looks at you wide-eyed and helpless.
Alright.
What happened to the 150 script you were given?
Take my foot off his throat so he can respond.
Oh, wait a minute. You haven't been given it yet, have you? Hmm.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding. I mean, the people of this town probably won't like to hear you picking on the sheriff. That's no one likes to hear about that. So, like, let's just, bygones be bygones. I don't know why you were up late on my roof. It's kind of weird, but it's okay. If you want to live up there, that's fine. I won't come up again.
You know what, Sheriff? I talk a lot. So, coming from me, this is probably, you should consider this a bit of a bigger insult than normal. You are talking too much, and it's annoying. I don't think you have the pull that you had once. Not after what happened in the town square. Everyone's going to be suspicious of you. They're going to be watching you. And we've got a letter now, addressed to you. So I think you're in a bit of a tight spot, mate.
Well, all right, if you feel that way, I guess I'll talk a little bit less then.
Is there...
Like,
I want to get down. I want to look at his eyes and his pupils, and open his mouth and his teeth. Look at his ears. I've had things done to me before, where I wasn't totally in touch with my memories or what I was doing. Do I feel like this guy is playing? Like, is he just gonna keep trying to go on this lie, or is there something wrong with him? I don't want to shoot somebody who's being magically controlled, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a 10 on the scrutiny.
Okay.
that's super valid. I like that.
Just in case. Alright, I got an... I got an 8. I could cheat it. I could cheat it. I don't know. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask the more magical people to take a look at it if I can't, you know, tell anything, but...
I'll take a look.
Got a hunch. While you're looking, I got a hunch why. I think, he doesn't want anything to change. And Chetty was gonna go run for mayor. Everything's good for the sheriff right now. And anything that could threaten the fact that the sheriff has social standing is dangerous to him. The mayor doesn't want things to change and doesn't want the guild to come in or out, but won't do anything more than protect the town. Chetty was going to run for mayor and change things. Sheriff has an incentive at that point in time to deal with Chetty and get him out of there.
You think he's that bright?
I don't think that he's
Chetty
that
was
bright,
an innocent man. Rishu was the Chetty was the brother.
Their last name.
Rishu was an innocent man. I wouldn't. Yeah, that works. You're probably right. Sorry, look at the wrong spot on my notes. I've been corrected. Chetty was an innocent man. I'm the sheriff. I don't shoot innocent people, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ, Sheriff. All right. Here's what's going to happen. Ellie, if you could please show the letter real quick. Just hold it up. Don't give it to him. Great. Sheriff, I'm going to pull out the knife that the mayor gave me. I'm going to ask you, and I'm only going to ask you once. Do you work for the guild? Now, before you answer, Sheriff.
Because you are a friend. This is not going to have to be intimidation. It can be bewitch, convince, or intimidation, depending on what you prefer. It is a target number of 8.
Are there any that go off cunning? Otherwise, I will just go with intimidate.
Afraid not. Deceive does. That's about it.
That's fine.
Target number 8.
All right.
Got that 3 of books.
I'll give you advantage because you do have the letter, and yeah. You're the only one rolling.
You got the three of rams this time.
No, of course not, Frey. I mean, you know me. I'd never work for the guild.
I'm too close to it. I just.
All right, you know me, and let me. I don't need to intimidate you. I'm just gonna convince you because I already hate you. I already hate you that you're working for the guild. You tell us why, and maybe we'll let you live. Try to use my convince.
Wait, is that a lie?
It's not a lie. It's a fact.
Wait, I'm asking as the DM, do you plan to try to let him live if he tells you the truth?
If I like the story, if he has a good enough reason, if he's like, oh, they were gonna give me money, nah, he's dead. If he's like, oh, I was gonna do something that would convince Toby to, make a good enough story, nah, then maybe.
Okay, then I will say you don't have to use deceive. You can use bewitch or convince.
All right, I'll go with convince.
For you, a little bit higher, because you don't have the relationship with him that Frey does. So target number 10.
I do have the knife to his throat. 7 plus 6 is what, 13? Yeah, so 13. And it's convince. Okay, so yeah, 13 convince.
He looks up at you, looks up at Frey, and wells of water begin to form along the rim of his eyes. And addressing Frey, he says, "Y'all think I'm stupid. I know you don't take me seriously. I know the only reason I'm here is so no one will shoot me because I'm not tough enough. I've been the laughingstock of this town for 7 years. If I tried to be strong or tough, you'd gun me down. And Mr. Asher came along and talked to me like I was a man and not a dumb child. Gonna give me a new life. So yeah, maybe I wanted something more. Maybe I wanted what everyone else in this town has, a goddamn ounce of respect, all right? Just someone not to look down on me. I was gonna go into the city. I was gonna have a new house. Gonna be put in a political position. A place where people are respected for how they think. I'm smart. I drew the whole blueprints from a boat that you broke. I can build things and do stuff, but I live out here with criminals and gunslingers, and the only thing they care about is who's the biggest and the toughest and the baddest. And that's not me, all right? I'm small and fat. I've always been. So yeah, maybe I just wanted to get away. It was the only way I had out. I'm sorry, Frey. I always liked you. You were one of the ones that was nice to me, but everyone else here just laughs at me behind my back. So yeah.
Frey, give me the knife.
I don't know if Frey can cry with two pneumatic eyes. I'm gonna imagine he still has tear ducts. Fuck it. One tear just kind of wells up a little bit. He wipes it real quick and he goes, "Sheriff, just so you know, you talk about those boys that would have gunned you down for not being tough. I would have taken any one of those bullets for you." And then I hand Tobias the knife.
Sheriff, you sold out your entire town just for a little bit of what? Respect from the guild? They're the ones who slowly killing and starving this town. They're the ones who's slowly killing and starving the city. They're the ones who's slowly killing and starving the world. Just for a little bit of respect for yourself. That's not good enough. That sure as hell is not good enough for them, not good enough for you, not good enough for me. And he's gonna slit his throat.
All right, so this is a moment in the game where someone's going to do something extreme, and it is kind of my way. If anyone wants to, I'm going to give you a chance to react. Now, it'll be an opposed initiative flip. Would anyone want to try to stop him from slitting the sheriff's throat?
I don't know if you can see Brent, but you got 2 hands up.
You got
You
two.
got
hands.
two
Yeah.
takers.
Okay.
I would stop it too.
All right. Frey, because you did you turn away?
No, I gave him the knife, but I
Okay.
did not turn away. Didn't
So
expect him to do that.
we're gonna do a normal initiative flip. No cheating. Not when you're going opposed first players.
Right, you got the 10.
Yeah, you've got 3 people
Black
ready
Joker.
to stop him, and Neve is just.
You got a black joker?
Well, that's a good
Black
time to
Joker.
get a black joker.
Yeah. So like, if it happens with the Black Joker, like
You got a 7.
you're a little more clumsy with the knife. You grab it. You're furious. You go to slit his throat, but you stumble a little bit, cut him across the shoulder. But in that time, like everyone else is like, whoa, 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 right? Like grabs Toby and pulls him back.
Tobias, he ain't worth it.
What do you mean he ain't worth it?
Listen.
Yeah, he's not worth it. He's not worth letting him live.
Listen. I just made the entire town believe either the mayor is fucking them over or the sheriff is fucking them over. Let the mayor have his time to be a law-abiding citizen and to get some more respect in this town.
The guild is the law. If
There
we
should
do
be a
everything
hangman.
by the law, the guild rules the world. Sometimes you have to act a little bit outside of the law to get things done.
Oh, I know all about acting outside the law. This ain't the time. Pudgy little traitors aren't worth it.
Tobias drops the knife. Walks outside.
Maeve is gonna go after him. Just go out and say, Tobias, is he like there, or is he just taken off?
He's away from the scene. You're gonna have to catch up to him
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, Maeve will. Maeve just says, Tobias, I understand how you feel, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I think the 3 of them can handle it all, if you don't mind me keeping you company.
I mean, that's very kind of you, but the town is still starving because of him, because they're trying to lock him away in jail for years and years and years.
Yeah.
We could get it done now.
I don't disagree with you. I know they've got the right intentions, I'm sure. I'm sure they're trying to avoid the most bloodshed. I don't want to lead you one way or another. All I can say is I understand.
I appreciate that.
Right, well. What do you want? What do you want to do? Do you want to go have a drink? Do you want to sit here? Or do you want to just look at the sky?
Wait for them to do their thing.
All right.
Talk to Sue.
Yeah.
Then we can get some shit done.
Absolutely. Well, yes. We'll just wait here then. But I agree. Sometimes there are different ways to get things done.
I'm of the same mind.
That's all Maeve will say. Maeve just kind of sits there and just stays near him.
Yeah. Tobias is quiet and seethes.
Valid.
All right. If you guys have nothing left to say to the sheriff, I mean, I think this is a good scene. We could go on for a while. Right? What do you want to do?
I want to get Sue if that's an option. If it's not an option, then I'm going to get the mayor. Either way, someone needs to be got.
Looking for Sue will result in the same circumstances. He just doesn't seem to be around. You go get the mayor. The mayor's like, we got to hang him. He's all right. Let's hang him.
I'm not here to argue. He's a mole, and I just want him to get the chance to answer to the law instead of just answering to the whims of 5 random people.
Okay. So we're gonna move through this. It's night at this point. Sun long over the horizon. Once the news breaks, people come out with lanterns. Over by the black shop or the blacksmith shop, there's like a big beam hanging off the top. Its only purpose is for this because there's no trees around. A lot of the people in the crowd are angry, mad, and they're talking, and you can kind of hear them, and they're talking about like this freaking coward. He's probably gonna whimper. He's gonna cry, and they're all upset. But for the first time in your life, Frey, you see the sheriff walk with a sense of fearlessness. He has accepted his fate. He holds back the tears. He looks everyone in the eyes. People are cursing him. And he doesn't say a word. There's a look of regret, but he doesn't say a thing. And the deed is done. And there's a cold silence that falls over the audience. Everyone disparts. A few people spit in the dirt. And you guys head back to the saloon or Madame Odette's.
Was not there for the hanging. Was back at the sheriff's office, seeing if he had a pen, some paper, anything that I could write a note on.
Oh, for sure. There's tons of paper there, as we
anything
discussed.
With a letterhead that obviously belongs to him, or is it just blank paper?
I mean, there's blank paper and there's a lot of the notes, like the records of people he's arrested.
Okay. I'm going to take a sample of his handwriting and a piece of paper and then go meet everybody else after the hanging.
Okay. Saloon or Odette's?
Saloon.
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 Yes. We're waiting for Sue now.
Tobias was absolutely watching the hanging. Coward got what was coming to him, and it's time for a stiff drink.
Order of drinks come out. The bartender notes that y'all don't look like you're in the mindset for one of his specials. So he just brings you some straight up goblin hooch, or gremlin hooch in this world. You guys...
I tell him to leave the bottle at the table.
Yeah, he leaves
I
it.
tell him to go 3 more.
With the right script, yeah, we'll say for 3 bottles, that's, we'll say it's a script. Here on the West, it's pretty cheap. Mind you, being hooch bottles, these are like the classic hooch bottles. These ain't no normal, small little wine bottle. These are the big freaking handles, right?
175 handles. Perfect.
They got the
Yeah.
X's and everything.
Yeah, I got 1 script left. Take it. I don't give a shit tonight.
You guys pour yourself out a few drinks. It's rough. A lot of things on people's minds. Some of you happy about what happened. Some of you a little torn. Some of you, I don't know, apathetic. Who knows? But death is hanging in the air. And even though a lot of people were pissed and angry, there's a lot of folks in the saloon tonight. There is no celebration. They lost one of their own. And on top of that, despite what the sheriff said about not being respected, there were a lot of people who did like him. Innocence ain't a place for comedy. It's not a place with a someone who can make you chuckle. And even though it got to the sheriff, a lot of people needed that around here. And that's gone.
I go ahead and raise a shot glass to one of my, pour it out of one of the 4 bottles of hooch that we got. I'll go to anyone that'll join me. To the sheriff. And I shoot it.
Probably about half the room looks around and says, to the sheriff. A few of them knock it back, and there's just murmurs of like the fucking guild, right? And everyone's talking about like coming in here, corrupting our own, right? He was fine. Like there's just this murmurs of like they get it. They get it. There's people in here that almost got paid off to shoot you, and they're talking about it too. Like desperate times, man, make people do desperate things, and they got to the freaking sheriff. They get to the sheriff. They get to anyone, right? Everyone's all like they're kind of riled up about that. Yeah. Scene is yours. If anyone wants to say anything, just feel like it's a good time to let that happen if you want.
Nemo pours herself a full glass of hooch and pours a similar glass for Ellie and slides it over to her. And she's just gonna chug. She doesn't have anything to say. Not now.
He died. He doesn't address Frey. He died either way. Why not just let me have it? I could have gotten back at the guild. Why?
The guild didn't lose anything tonight. Innocence lost a brother. It wasn't your kill to get.
Got nothing for that.
The door swings open, and the heavy black boots and spurs of the man called Sue step in. And as you look, he walks over to your table saying, and he rode into town. The sun no longer high, for the tension was thick and uneasiness grew. Those vagabonds and scholars, those orphans and killers, well, they sat in wait for the man called Sue. Pleasure to see you all again. Judging by my astute observation, I'd say you solved our current dilemma and found yourself a spy.
Sue, take a seat. You owe us a little more than an entry to a mine.
With pleasure, with pleasure. He goes over to one of the empty tables, drags over a chair, takes the guitar off his back and puts it down on the table. Well, what is it that catches your fancy tonight, Mr. Frey?
Now, I'm taking a gamble here. I need to leave Innocence, and I need to leave with a crew. That crew needs to be qualified, and I need to be able to trust them completely. I've now sent a man who I loved and respected to his death. So what I need from you, Sue, is whatever these people at this table need. If you don't give it to them, I can't guarantee your safety, my friend.
Threats and boiling tensions, truly the language of the West. Well, I would be a terrible host if I were not to ask what these fine people need from me.
No, you were a terrible host when you let us sit around for 2 hours and weren't there when we needed to. I think just generally terrible hosting.
I come and go like the wind. I go when I'm needed and I leave when I'm not. I'm
Must be
sorry.
Nice.
Every moment that you speak, I long for death. You know that, right?
It's always just around the corner. What is it y'all need? And what questions do I have to put our large, muscular friend at ease and avoid that big hammer coming down on my small, small skull?
I got two things. One, I would love the entrance to that mine. You promised us that. Time to
That I
deliver.
did. That I did. Well, let's get to that then. As I'm sure you may have noticed, the well in front of the mayor's house is a bit older than that of our little town of innocence. Through my own inquiries of no consequence, I happen to know that the well leads directly into the mines, or rather it would, if not for that furious torrent of water running upstream. But, like all demons of the deep, I happen to know that the raging watery beast within tends to slumber when played a certain lullaby. I don't suppose any of y'all are musically inclined.
Sorry, Sue. I'm gonna have to stop you for a minute there. Are you trying to tell me that you know exactly what's down in this mine already? The thing that they're trying to get, the thing that we're getting sent down there for, the thing that the guild is trying to get us to do, and will probably shoot us dead in the mine if we do that. That thing. You're saying you already know what's down there. Is that what's happening right now? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm saying that
slumbering beast are you talking about exactly?
that torrent of water running from the mine. It blocks anyone off from going down in there. Spits you right out, chews you up. But I can calm it. And you can too.
I'm musically inclined. It turns the volume on the radio.
You're saying that we need to be able to play some music or something to go into the well, or otherwise we get spit back out through the water.
I play music wherever I go. And I just happen to stumble upon the fact that well responds nice to it. Whoever put it
Just
there.
any music at all. Just do re, mi, or
May I? And he sort of gestures over to his guitar.
Hold on. I got a second thing I want, preferably.
Shoot, straight if you can.
I want a way to blow up a tank.
That's a hard offer. Hard question you're asking. Well, something that goes boom, I guess I could say. Me personally, I am but a humble bard of the desert. I don't exactly carry around copious amounts of explosions within my said guitar.
Is there any way you could guarantee that something would show up for us? Maybe wait for us somewhere. We could pick it up. Because in one way or the other, we're going to have to deal with that iron beast, as you would like to call it.
Well, all of us are slaves to something. Some time, some death, some the sun of this high golden sky. Some of us masters, I suppose you could say. Actual physical individuals with wills, wants, and whatnot. And we're forced to do what they ask. We are allowed to intervene to a minuscule amount that does not upset the balance of things.
All right, you don't have to say anymore. Don't worry, Sue. I heard what you said.
Glad I got my point across.
It's all right. We don't need him. We're in a friggin' town full of miners. There's got to be some explosive somewhere.
There was. Well, the guild wasn't too keen on the town that don't like them having all the black powder. It was kind of the first thing they took when they came.
Of course they did.
Just tell us where the hell it is then.
Probably at the camp, hidden somewhere in the mines, maybe even.
All right.
They're vicious, but unfortunately, they're not dumb.
Right.
It's a shame.
So, you crawl down into the well. You do a little lullaby that you don't have to share with us right this moment because, quite honestly, I don't trust you whatsoever. To the river or whatever it is, and then you just walk on in. Are there additional steps? More musical challenges a la an elementary school video game, or
Well, once you get to the end, you'll be in the mines. Once you find in there, I sure as shit don't know.
don't you?
Apparently it doesn't.
Alright, I've got a bit of a stupid plan that everyone can disagree with as soon as I share it, okay? So I'm figuring the way they communicate, there was that fucking bird that Ellie saw, left a note tonight. I'm assuming it's either in the morning or... Yeah, it's got to be in the morning the bird comes back and picks up whatever correspondence that the sheriff was going to send, right? If we could send something along where the sheriff says they're only going to be there in the evening or something like that, we can buy us a whole day where they're not expecting us to be down there. I mean, if we can crawl through the well, if that's the idea.
Nemo, that's smart. Got no reason to say no to that. That would buy us some time.
Thanks. I think the stupid part would be then, if we do...
Going into the well.
Yeah, but if we do get it, do we then, go back and pretend to go down with him so he leaves the city alone and just say, oh, it's not there when we get down there, or do we just take off?
If we find it's something we can actually use, maybe both options are good. Get in the mine, get the thing. Maybe the thing's useful for, I don't know, wiping out a regiment at the guild. Free up the mine.
Yeah.
Let the town take care of itself for a little bit.
They wouldn't be after it if it wasn't important. We have to get to it first before they do.
But I don't think they know what it is either. Otherwise he would have written about it, or it would have been somewhere, right? They just know that it's big, I guess.
Yeah. They're curious. They think it's something that will give them power, I guess. That's as much as I've gathered.
If they didn't know what it was, they wouldn't send an army after it. They wouldn't send a tank to defend it. They wouldn't send, men enough to defend it out all the way out to the middle of the desert. It has to be big. It has to be powerful. It cannot be left in their hands.
Tobias, I don't know a lot about you, but does your crew know what it is? I thought I heard you say something about, I don't know, the alchemists or something. Because they seem to want you to get it.
They do.
Then-
Tobias is going to look over at Sue. Sue, who are you with? What do you know? What exactly do you know about what's down there? I've been stuck digging a hole for 2 weeks. Has there been any new news? Has there been anything?
Well,
Do we know what we're dealing with at all? And without the poetry, if you please.
I'll do my best. It's a bit difficult. Sometimes words just flow like milk and honey. Contrary to what you may believe, I am not with your Arcanist. I'm here on behalf of an individual who apparently was quite fond of some of you. Individual by the name of Ronan. She thought highly of a few of you, and is friends with my boss, Mr. Parker Barrows. No relation to the Barrows, Malifaux, mind you. I was paid a handsome sum to send some people to get your ass out of prison and to lower the influence of the guild here and help you.
Okay,
Now, what's
so it's
going
just
on?
money.
Isn't it always? What's going on? All I've gathered is there's been talk from the guild, repetitious talk about the number 13. Not quite sure why that's important, but apparently it's enough to move a whole regiment out here.
Can I do some sort of would Maeve know anything about this? And can I do some sort of flip?
You
see?
can make a target number 12 history check.
That'll
Did
be
anyone-
a 12 plus whatever my history is. 12. That'll be a 17.
Within the history of the Netherborn, the number 13 is very, very important. Often it is used when referring to the 13 Tyrants,
Mm-hmm.
a group of godlike individuals that at some point in time almost eradicated this entire plane of existence, but were sealed away, each in their own individual prison.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so the number 13 rings very true for you, and you're like, oh yeah, that's in history. It's not super common, but if it's 13, that's the only important thing you can think of as far as Neverborn history.
Right. Maeve does not say anything about this right now.
Is there like a look that passes over Maeve's face, or are they keep it?
Maeve kind of has the journal is kind of, he says 13 and Maeve goes,
Right, well that means fuck all, so thanks for that.
and kind of like takes a big drink after they flip a little. They're just, but at the moment does not say anything.
Okay. Great. So there's 13 super weapons. There's 12 more of them out there. Great. And we
I wouldn't know.
we got to get this one before they do.
So, again, Tobias, you were sent to find something you had no idea what it was.
They didn't
Just
know.
like the guild would. They didn't know, yet they sent you. You were just talking about how the guild wouldn't go down for something that they wouldn't have no idea what it's about.
They sent me because they thought I could get in easy and pass information easy. I used to work for the guild. I used to be a reporter. Paperboy? Yeah, I'm a paperboy. I used to write the papers.
Frey moves his hammer a little closer to him and just keeps drinking.
If it makes you feel better, Frey, I'm a criminal. Is that more comfortable?
Honestly, a little bit. It's better than the guild.
A lot of things are better than the guild.
We have two choices at this point in time. We talked about this earlier. Do we ride in as Frey wanted? Go talk, well, I guess three choices. Do we ride in guns blazing? Do we do what Toby wanted? Go talk to Asher, join him and go down in the mine? Or do we let the guitarist over here play us a lullaby and go in the secret way? Nemo, I like that idea of leaving the letter. And it's probably good for us to get some sleep, the little that we will get left before we go.
All right. Sue, let me ask you one more question.
I'm all ears.
The water calms down when a certain song is played, right?
That's correct.
Okay. That's good news because I can record that song and play it later and we can still get out. We still have our exit ticket.
I think what
You
you're
sure?
saying is that anyone can play it. I don't think he has to do it. I think it's if you can sing or play the marimba or whatever, as long as you're playing the melody.
I got my radio. I can record it and play it just as easy. We can get out whenever we want.
As long as you know the lullaby, you should be fine, which I would humbly request we play it in private,
Yeah.
just in case.
We got that. I'm still for our plan. If you want to write the letter, that's still good. Buy us a little more time, but the guild still hasn't changed. They still know we're coming. They still know they're still gonna be looking for us.
Yeah.
That's not
Well,
changed.
No, what I was going to write was essentially, they've been sitting around talking a lot. The skinny weird one who talks to Bones keeps talking about how it's better to enter the mines after dark, so they're going to go join you or it closer to the evening, make you sit around and wait because they're so rude. So you can expect them then, nothing else to report. Like, give them the idea that we are coming to join them. It'll just be later in the day.
I like this plan on one condition. We tell the people of Innocence that we are doing this plan. That way, if it goes south, they will expect someone coming to knock at their door.
Okay. We can still tell them to leave. Get what little resources they have. Get what little cattle they have. Maybe not
Whatever
back to the
they
city,
feel
but
is
there's got to
best
be
is totally fine.
another contract down somewhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna move ahead a little bit. So Sue,
I do want to give Sue a drink. Just over the hooch. But I did not buy.
thank you kindly. He'll knock it back. He'll take you guys back to Madame Odette's. Play a very simple little ditty. Essentially, it's like some Ocarina of Time shit, right? Do 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 do. All right, just very simple, but he strums it on his guitar. Says, "Well,
Make sure to record it. The radio's
My-
present.
my work here is done. I wish you the best of luck." And he tips his hat.
You've been
Hands
the
out.
biggest help.
He did his job. Before we press further, I would like to give you guys a chance to talk on your own, Neve, if you want to share. If not, we'll move right along.
Yeah. He leaves. Maeve is gonna take a moment. There are cogs turning. Anyone who's looking at Maeve, at the very least, can tell there are a lot of cogs turning. What cogs? Anyone's guess, but it's...
Me, would you mind feeding Callie with me?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We'll be right back then. I'll follow you.
When you two leave, it's just tense in the room. There's just
Oh yeah, Nemo is
Yeah, it's,
staring at Tobias, ghoulishly, just like stare.
Ellie's pulled out a book and is just reading and just not looking at either of you and just sort of enjoying that.
As Maeve and I are walking out, I'm just snapping at Joe, just real quick. Joe. And I'm pointing at the table to get them another bottle, because...
Hold on. I want to come back to Ellie. Ellie, when you pull out a book, I assume you reach into the book bag you are now carrying?
Yeah. I just wouldn't be. I've had a book that I was reading, so I just pull it out. Yeah.
You pull out a normal book that you're getting ready to read. When you reach into the bag, the gun is not there. And you take a moment to feel around, because it's kind of awkward, normally like a little bit bulky. You're like, wait a second. And then you look over and notice it is on the dresser. And as you stare at it, there's like a bit of a pain in on the upper side of your head, and you reach up to scratch it, and when you do, you pull out an entire clump of red hair. just like a handful. And so now there's like a little thin, and you're just looking at it.
Shit. All right. I walk over and get the gun. I put it in the bag, and then go back to reading my book.
Cool. Yep. All right, we can cut back down to you guys.
Right. Yep. We go outside. Frey. I imagine you didn't actually want help feeding the horse, although I really like your horse.
I really
I
just
don't imagine that's.
I know you like the horse, so I figured I'd bring you out to feed the horse. I do have a question though. Couldn't help but notice the discomfort when talking to Sue about Neverborn and 13 and whatever. You actually met a Neverborn before?
And Maeve takes a moment. One of my best friends is maybe Neverborn. And one of the sort that fits in, you know. I'm sure you've noticed that I try to think the best of civilizations, of people. The Neverborn aren't excluded from that. But it'd be because of him. He is a good person, I think. All he ever really wanted, all he ever really cared about was human popular culture. Everything. He loved the stage. He named himself after a book. I know that Neverborn aren't all like that, but humans aren't all good either, right?
He sounds like a nice man.
Frey, I'm you know I'm a scholar. You know I'm someone who's done my research, right?
You ain't dumb, I know that. I immediately pull out the knife that I took from Tobias and just cut my hand quick just so Meave can see the black blood come out of my hand.
Yeah, when it kind of hits the dirt, it sizzles like water going into a hot pan.
I don't want to make any assumptions, and your secret's safe with me, but I know there's more than one way that someone can get blood like that.
There's a few. And glad I have someone who knows.
It's alright if you don't want to answer this, but was it always like that?
It was not, my friend, it was not.
I see.
I know the bad sides of both races, just like you're talking.
I'm sorry about that then. Really, I am, but that blood doesn't make you any worse, any different than anyone else. It's what you do and how you act and what sort of person you make yourself to be. That's who you are, not your blood or your race or your looks.
I hand an apple to Meave to give to Callie, of course. I go.
Meave just... No, I'm kidding. Meave feeds first.
What I keep telling myself, Meave. But thank you.
Look, it might make it a little harder, you know, sometimes when you're in a world where some of your people look scary and they're easily demonized, or maybe some of them deserve it. I understand that, but I think that's what everyone has to tell themselves, Frey, not just you, not just Neverborn, not just the other.
Amen to that.
No, I'll tell everyone what I know. I was going to tell you, but I think it's important. I think it might save someone's life if they know.
You tell them whatever you're comfortable with. I'm not going to say a word.
And Maeve's gonna pat Callie a little and say, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And they go back in. And sit at the table that has tension so thick that you could cut it with a knife. the knife that that Frey has.
Tobias is going to look over at Ellie. Ellie, he's still drunk. I'm ready. I'm ready to. We'll talk. We'll talk. He's visibly nervous. Let's go outside and we'll have our conversation. And he's gonna get up.
These two just came back, Toby. Let's do it here.
In the middle of the saloon, or where are we at?
We fought in this bar.
You're up
all
in
the
your
time,
room.
son.
Yeah,
I assume we were up in the room.
Yep.
I'm playing it as what Meave said, which is that the three of us had somehow migrated at some point.
Okay,
down,
yeah,
and
that's
we're just
fine,
sitting
that's
at
fine.
a table in the corner.
Sorry.
Minor details. Yeah, you're back
I'm
down
in.
this.
Yeah.
You're fine.
All right. Yeah, let's have this conversation outside, Ellie.
No, we can have it here. I'll move some tables out of the way. And Ellie closes the book, which is The Curious Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and puts it on the table. Begins moving chairs out of the way.
People recognize a fight. Already, like, guys are looking at each other, waving over a few more rounds of drinks. Some of them have started to move their tables as well, but like sort of to set up to get a good view. But they're not saying anything.
What's Nemo look like right now? You're muted.
Now?
Hey!
Okay. She had been pretty much mad dogging Tobias up until this conversation started, but as soon as Ellie and Toby start speaking to each other, she almost she's gonna pour herself another full tumbler of drink, kind of sit cross-legged in her chair and curl into herself and just watch.
All right. After Ellie will sort of kind of slowly shift tables out of the way, get chairs to make a small little ring among the chairs and the table.
Okay, so he's got his fists up now. Ellie, before we begin, I just want to say you're right. I agree with everything. I should not have questioned you.
As you're saying that,
did.
Ellie is taking off her duster. She takes off the vest, rolls up the sleeves, rolls up the metal arm.
You did come out all the way out here to get me. I should not have questioned that. You're right. It was wrong of me to question whether or not what side you on, the money or the side of goodness. And with being on the side of goodness, it's I imagine you won't hit me as hard.
There's like
you
a
have a thing.
of a shatter of glass behind you, Toby. and you look behind you, and there's like an old grizzled man with like a big gray mustache who's holding a broken bottle, and he looks over at Ellie's metal arm and he says, "Here you go, son. You're gonna need this," and just like passes it to you.
He's gonna hold it and be like, "Go ahead, Ellie. I think I'm gonna take my licks. I deserve it. I gotta give her a fair shot, you know? And, love this."
Toby, it was a good question. I don't like it. Everybody has a price, Toby.
Yeah, but, like, I just needed to know, is your price high enough to, like, save everyone, you know? We don't have to just leave people to die. We don't have to sell people out like the sheriff did. We can save people. We can do good things. I just needed to know that you were with me on that.
Toby, everybody has a price. I can't promise that to you. Not right now. And like I said, I think you're in a little bit of my debt right now.
I am. Whatever I get from the Arcanist, you can have. But we gotta. There are more important things at stake here than money right now. Always.
Ellie steps forward and grabs hold of Toby really quickly and just sort of picks Toby up for a second and like straightens you and says, "Look, whatever the Arcanist could give me, it'd be more than what you've lost me. Okay? So stop trying to pay me back right now.
Okay.
Show me some action. You get the first punch."
Okay.
Let me ask you one question before you go. You want it easy or do you want it hard? I'll put the arm behind the back if you need it.
Easy.
All right. Puts the metal arm behind her back.
Nemo is going to say, "Pussy." That's it.
I don't want to die. Oh my god. Tobias is gonna say, I appreciate you, Ellie, and then he's gonna take a swing. Oh god. I got an 8. This is, I guess, pugilism.
Yep.
Pugilism's might, right? All right, so I got a 7.
Okay, I got a 15 on my defense.
Oh god. I guess I don't do any damage.
Ellie just steps to the side. Ellie will take her swing. And I will. What's your defense?
It's 8 right now.
Cool. Ellie will cheat it.
So, okay. I want to say, because I feel like things can get wild and it's hard to cheat with advantage and disadvantage with players. If possible, I don't think we should be able to cheat against each other. I mean, unless he's willing, because like, if you cheat it, he could cheat back. Because sometimes you have opposed checks.
Yeah, but I'm more willing to let the scene play out.
Hey,
Take my lumps.
Yeah.
Rules as
If you're
written, fated characters can't cheat against each other.
Oh, all right.
No. But
Cool.
I mean, we can also bend that if it's more interesting. But that is the rules.
if he's willing to take his licks and wants to allow it happen, that's fine. I'm just like kind of throwing that out there.
What's Toby's defense?
It was 8.
Oh, okay, yeah. Ellie got a 6. And just swings, sort of jabs towards you, misses.
Okay. All right, that was a good one, Ellie. Are we done yet, or do we
No.
keep going?
All right, so we start at the fight scene. Toby comes in, does his swat. Ellie, like a limp noodle, just swats it away. Goes to swing. When you miss, you fly over his head. You do like a downward hit, and you hit the table, and the wood cracks, even though you're not using your metal hand. And then you continue your dialogue.
As Toby is saying that too, Ellie will turn and say, Maeve, you want to tell us anything you want to tell us? This should be over pretty quick.
Appreciate it, Ellie, but I don't particularly care to shout it to the bar, so we'll wait. I've got a drink.
We gotta finish our business, and then he's gonna take another swing, and it's gonna be 9.
Okay. Ellie got a 15.
Oh god, and he's gonna go right past you again and stumble as he stumble forward. Okay,
Ellie gets a 10.
Oh, thank God. 12.
Okay. The fight continues, and so in the second swing, right, you swing, and Ellie just grabs your hand, moves it out of the way, and then jabs again. And as she sort of shifts around Toby, she's like, man, Toby, I know you want to do good things for people, all right? But it doesn't work out that way. So think before you act. Think about the negative consequences. The stuff that's going to hurt people.
If we don't act, then bad shit will happen anyway. If we don't act, the guild is still going to be here, still going to strangle the life out of everyone, still going to kill everyone, and he's just going to swing again. 7.
14 or 13.
Just dodging back and forth. You hit me?
Yeah, sure. The guild is going to be around, but I mean, we are the ones who are going to be able to change that. So cool it. All right? What I don't want you to do is hurt every one of us in your suicidal attempt to harm the guild. You want a chance at Asher? Take a chance at Asher when you get it. Don't kill other people because you're angry about it. And I got a 10.
Got a 4.
Okay. So that's a 6 through 10. So that's just straight up flip.
Oh God.
Ellie does severe damage. And so with a 13 of crows, Ellie leans in. If you want a chance at Asher, take it. All right, but don't go kill another person for that reason. All right, you have one shot, and just goes in right for the chest and just slams her fist into you.
How many ranks in pugilism do you have?
I have 3 ranks in pugilism.
Okay. You take 4 damage.
So you take
plus whatever you have.
4 damage.
Oh! You're right, Ellie. Gotta wait for the right moment. I learned my lesson. Are we done yet?
No.
Okay. Got an 8. I'm waiting for the right moment. Coming at you.
Ellie is gonna block it, and Mighty GM, Ellie just doesn't. It's very clear that she could stop you, and she just stands there. And as your fist goes towards her, she says, "You wait for the right moment, Toby. I'm waiting for mine. All right?" And just lets you hit her.
Okay. Sure. I'll allow it.
All right. I guess a straight flip on that. Just letting it happen. Weak damage. 0. Okay. Yeah. Wait for the right moment. I got you. That wasn't my moment.
Ellie, immediately the tension fades from Ellie. She goes, "All right, good job."
Oh, are we done?
We're done.
And he falls down. He falls down on his knees.
gasping
hard.
for air. Yeah.
Trying not to throw up right now.
Hit
Oh my
you in
God.
that solar plex. Wind knocked out of you.
It was a
on
lot
her
of
vest.
alcohol he just drank.
Puts on her vest, puts on her duster, goes and picks Toby up. You're gonna be fine. That was going easy. You're all right.
Appreciate it. I'll listen to you more from now on.
You don't have to listen to me, Toby. Just think before you act.
Right. I'm gonna do some more of that thinking that you're so good at.
Sorry.
Maeve is sitting at the table, or maybe standing by it, no matter, and says, anyone who's got any drinks left, finish up. Let's get to bed. To sleep. Let's get to sleep. Motions upstairs, none too subtly.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I could go to bed.
I could sleep for a week.
Great.
I'm
Shall we?
going to, if Tobias is attempting to go upstairs with everybody else, I'm going to grab him by the wrist. Just hard, extremely cold hand just grabs you before you can leave. Hey, Tobias.
Yeah. I don't have business with you two, do I?
What did you do?
What?
What did you do that made her so angry? What did you do that was enough to make her so angry? It was worthwhile enough to do that, but not so worthwhile that you would defend yourself at all. Where you would piss your pants apologizing over something that was apparently important enough this morning.
I asked a question. I just wanted to... Ellie's a bounty hunter. I like Ellie a lot. Ellie's a good person, but it's like... Money's important. Money changes people. 400 script on the table. I saw her stand pretty hard at that. I was hoping I could have something, make us say something that would prove we're on the same side.
You just asked it a question. Did you?
Yeah.
You don't know what she did for you. And he was gonna go upstairs.
What? Well, hold up. What happened? Did you not just kill a death marshal and her save you when you come back?
If you want Nemo, you can either say it or just choose to be in the room.
Sorry, choose to be in the room, or what does that mean?
You can continue this conversation or just say you're in the room.
Yeah. That's not what happened. You can ask her about it. Let's go to the room.
All right.
Take a break before I have another conversation with Ellie. And he's gonna just go upstairs with them.
You guys all find yourself in the room. One of you still struggling to get the wind back into their lungs. Even after that, there is a tension in the air, right? Ellie is sort of standing back against the wall, arms folded. Toby had a nice, good hit to the ribs, and Nemo is being Nemo, which is always kind of a bit off. But Eve, the floor is yours.
Brilliant. So everyone settles in as well as they do at this point. And Maeve says, you all know, first and foremost, I'm a historian, and you know that I know a lot about the Neverborn. I didn't want to give it away down there. I don't trust anyone, really. But if we're going into this mine together, I need to trust you enough to tell you this. historically, there was an era of prosperity with the Neverborn, but certain people pushed things too far. They pushed their powers too far. They pushed the borders of reality, and they became known as the Tyrants. 12 enemies of Malifaux.
13.
13. Well, anyway. There's the enemies of Malifaux. They were named the enemies of Malifaux by the ruler of Malifaux at the time. At first, it wasn't a problem, but after a while, their laws held no sway, and they had to do something. And that's when they chose to lock them away. The Tyrants all have their own individual prisons. And if this 13 has anything to do with this mind, someone's down there. A tyrant. And that's why the words on the well warn you. That's why it says, forget what you've seen, lest you release evil into the world. The Autumn Court had to lock the tyrants away at any cost. And now, the guild wants to release them.
Okay.
Right. So we shouldn't go get it out.
Someone's
Oh.
going to.
Right. Can the seals be extra? Can we make it just so they can't be unsealed? What direction are we going here?
Well, we got a lot of questions, and that's why I think we're going to end it here.
Shit.
Just a good spot to end it. Hey, the guild might release a lich. Hey,
My
Fucking
favorite.
Lich.
I love that McBluff just returned, going, "Hey, what did I miss?"
Oh,
McBluff, you missed some shit.
McBluff. Oh, so much,
Yeah.
my dude, so much.
Sweet
We
prince.
We just had a
missed
nice
quite
little
bit.
chat. It's fine.
You know, we're gonna release like a
So-
lich on the world, possibly the
Yeah, it's
equivalent.
fine.
You know,
Um,
tyrant,
yeah, it's weird.
possibly.
The lore with the Autumn Court and everything does say that originally I think there were 12 enemies named, and then some other stuff happened. If I read it right, or it might have just been a typo. But I'll have
I
to
know
go
there's
back and read
13. I was looking
Yeah.
through the book. There's 13 and what they are, and you could be right,
Cool.
but there's
There's-
13.
Yeah.
There's 13, but I think one of them's kind of iffy. I don't know. I got to reread it, but
They're
Yeah,
they're
that's-
weird because like they don't work together. They're all kind of
Hey,
doing
Wait,
their own.
hey, hey.
Yeah. All right, never mind. We're leaving. We're leaving. We're out. We're out. No more lore. No more lore. I'm sorry. I love to talk about lore. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, yo.
Take us out of here. Take us out of here. We're
Yeah,
out.
Daniel or Lauren, are you here? Are you here to start playing the Oscars music?
If you want to talk about
Get us
lore
to
with
shut
Brent,
up.
go meet him in the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk
All about
for
that.
freaking years about lore with you
And
guys.
we will
Get
avoid
up
it.
there.
like the plague, so
That's
that we
right.
don't get things ruined for ourselves.
I've tried to give all of my players as little as I possibly can intentionally.
Don't worry.
Ugh,
Frey
because I don't
Great.
want them to metagame.
I've tried not to read every book, but you know, it's just so hard. They're so tempting.
I
Yeah,
told you
right.
not to, Zach. I told you not to. You son of a gun.
Sorry. I already got the shit kicked out of me once. I don't need it again.
Just wait till you get off stream.
Hey,
All right. Do we have a Hodges with us to get rid of us?
I don't know. Everyone can just listen to us bullshit.
No, we're here. We're
Oh,
here.
hey.
They're just letting us fight it out.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Good and healthy. Good and healthy.
Yeah. So real quick, thank you everyone for joining us this particular evening. We're so thankful that you joined us for Twisted Veil. I want to thank everyone who's gotten with us tonight. That is, we want to thank special thanks to Arlindor for the raid of 5. Thank you for coming over here. I know that it was like some sort of cooking channel, but thank you for joining us. T Graham 2339 with the follow. The Great Big Geek with several gifted subscriptions, and Arlindor with the follow. Thank you so much for everyone who's joined our little community here. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to get more great content like this, you can find us here every Tuesday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time as we continue through the breach. We definitely want to make sure that you join us this Friday at 7:30 Central Standard Time as Deanna is running our charity one-shot. So you can check that out. It's the Neverland setting. It's super fun. We're benefiting Child's Play. Come join us. Tell your friends to join us. Come see some great D&D and support a good cause. We're also here on Mondays for Fate's End and Wednesdays with Iron Valor. And you can check us out on all the socials everywhere at Ink and Lyre everywhere. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Support us on Patreon. Go to our website and get our t-shirts and all that fun stuff. Support our partners at their respective websites as well. Thank you for everything that you do. And we will see you all next week. Bye.
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 Yeah.